Hello, it's Camille here in my gut house. Today's update, it's midday, but I came down here on my lunch. I'm about to go back to work, but today's update, the construction guys got the new wall built yesterday. They haven't quite finished it. You see that that's still that's still there. That extra 2x4 right there is still there, as well as those couple of pieces there. But the electricians showed up. I had texted them yesterday. And so yeah, we've started getting these built. I didn't realize that, so obviously the ones on the interior walls are normal, but the ones on the exterior walls have this extra foam here and at the back. So that's good. That's nice. So yeah, we got a couple extra outlets because these couple of walls only had one there and one there. So yeah, we've got more outlets now. I decided to do just one outlet on this wall and one up higher for a TV. And yeah, they are going to, they're at lunch right now. Looks like they've started putting the box in there. There's going to be an outlet right there where those marks are. And one there, and there's going to be one around here as well, because this is where my vanity is going to be. And then yeah, so that wire is just kind of hanging there, because then once we get my light in, that we can just fish that out wherever we need to. I don't know what those are for. There's a box way up there and one way up there. So I'll trust the process. And yeah, so they're gonna get me a new exhaust fan, and I'm going to do a recessed light above the shower. So that's it for now. Hello, Camille here. So today is actually Sunday, December 21st. Not many updates because there hasn't really been much happening. I've been kind of waiting on the construction contractor to come back. But I have enough that I feel like I can give an update today. So first off, when I was talking about boxes way up here, those are for the smoke detectors. I guess I don't know why I was thinking that they would be in through the ceiling, but because any reconstruction or whatever, any new smoke detectors, by code, they're supposed to be wired together. Wired in and together. So yeah, that's what those are. So one in the bed, or one in each bedroom and one in the hallway. So yeah, these are here, and there's one in this bedroom. I'm assuming that it's just not as easy to access this bedroom quite yet, so there's not one in there yet. But yeah, that's what those are. The outlet boxes have been added. So, and just FYI there, so this is going to be a 42-inch vanity here, just with one sink, but that way I have a lot better outlets. So switches, the switch for the lights, since it's a small bathroom, I'm just going to have the light bar, or the light that I ordered for a second time from Home Depot, because they sent the wrong one the first time, and they have zero process on, oops, we sent the wrong thing. So they just return it normally, and I have to place another order and then just hope they get it right the second time. I'm not the happiest about that. But anyways, so that light fixture, and then the one but the one recessed light, I did see that maybe there's a wire there. The one recessed light I'm going to have over the shower is just going to both turn on at the same time with the same switch. And then for the vent fan, my last house, we had the buttons with the timer buttons, and I really kind of liked that. So that's what we're going to have here. So yeah, they put that vent fan in, insulated vent that we actually have going that direction through the end wall of the house. So that, and then yeah, the vent that's going, the vent pipe itself is been removed, but the part of it that goes through the roof hasn't been removed yet. So eventually, probably next year when I get the roof redone, that'll be removed as well, just because then there's one less thing on the roof that can leak. Let's see. Okay, so talking about the contractor, so he's had a few complaints about my contractor, like, some of the workmanship on some of this and all that caulk hanging down, and there's a spot there that the built right is missing, and just walk through the wall anymore. But there's a couple of spots of daylight. Like this one's really obvious. There's even one less obvious way up here. And I didn't notice until one of the last times that I was trying to do this that there's no end board. And it's like you can see marks down here and up there that maybe they were planning on adding one still. I mean, I guess the communication with this contractor is kind of terrible. I kept on asking him and re-asking him, hey, when are you doing the wall? When do you want the electrician to come out? What do you want me to tell the electrician? And I'm getting zero answer. And so I finally, like the day that I saw them putting this up, I texted my electrician. I'm like, hey, it looks like they're getting the wall built. So feel free, work me into your schedule and just let me know. And so, yeah, that was then that Friday that I gave that last update that the electrician came in. But it's like, now that I noticed this, it's like, okay, I wonder what's going on here. A couple other things that my dad is questioning. There's no, for the ceiling drywall, there's nothing for them to nail in over here. I mean, yeah, this joist here is probably a good 15 inches from the wall. But yeah, so there's nothing for them to screw into up. And oh yeah, and this is a load-bearing wall. I mean, yes, I know that this was a closet before, but we're questioning why they didn't do a double header, or a double whatever on for the top, or double top plate. That's the word I'm looking for. Another thing that we've been trying to figure out. That's a 1x. Why didn't they just do another 2x here? Because of course a 2x for the doorway itself, but then the end one should have been just a regular 2x, and then they should have shifted the door over slightly. But my dad is just, as I said, he's just lecturing himself, I feel. My dad is definitely the type who overdoes stuff. So yeah, just a couple things we're trying to figure out. I got my bathtub. Here, I'll show you real quick. I got a Sterling, and the deepest one they could find. Menards had the bathtub in stock, but the walls are going to be another couple of weeks before they come in. I went with the Sterling because of the caulkless system, and then it'll still, like, the water flows through channels or whatever, and then into the bathtub so that it can be fully caulkless. Because I hate grout lines because you have to I hate cleaning them, and I hate caulk lines for the same reason. They just get disgusting. But so I'm going to go with this. And my plumber could have got that from this company that he orders stuff from, but I guess apparently Menards can be cheaper. And hey, both of these were on sale from Menards. I had to order them they were purchased separately, but they were both on sale. So that's awesome. One thing my dad and I did a few days ago is, so we don't have any of the rail trim left, but so this is door trim that we ended up using, because both the cold air returns in this room and the next bedroom, there's just a big giant hole right below it. So we just put this up so that we should have done it before, but before the construction guys come back and start doing insulation and stuff, so that to prevent as much dust from going in there as possible. Even though I am still planning eventually to have real duct cleaning done. So yeah, we did that in both of these bedrooms. Couple of things that were there. So the insulation that my construction guy ordered, and that came in on Friday, this last Friday. It was supposed to come in the Monday, last week on Monday. So it's like, there's plenty, why was he just waiting on the insulation? There's plenty of stuff he could have been doing at the meantime. Like, we asked him to, I mean, not just this door, because this door is going to be going here. We're going to take out the patio door. And so this is going there. And my doggy door that I ordered that's there is going to go right next to it. And I asked him to redo this part of the subfloor because of this water damage here. And like, my dad keeps on tripping over this a little bit. And my dad was thinking about doing like a full 4x8 sheet here. And so it's like, there's a lot of stuff that they could have been working on that is like, why are they just waiting for the insulation? But going back to that stuff now, yes, so I've got my Rockwool insulation there. I don't want to pay spray foam prices, but we're discussing possibly doing that again. While I was trying to do this update video, my dad actually called me, and this spray foam guy called him back already. And so we might look into doing that again. This here is it's called LP Smart siding. It's the closest thing that they can find to match my current siding. Of course, just it's matching the style and the width, and then they'll paint it blue to match what I currently have. It actually sounds like a really good product. I was researching it, and so that's actually in my running. The whole house will need new siding in, I don't know when. Hopefully we are going to be able to put it off for 5 years at least. But so that's in the running though. That's a really good product. If I go with pre-primed stuff, factory primed or factory painted, then it'll last 15 years before you have to repaint it. Let's see. The plumber did come by one day. Him and my dad did a tiny bit of work. They just removed the old vent cap off of the sewer stack and then put new, I think it's PVC, I don't know, they put a new vent cap on the sewer stack that goes through the roof. Of course the sewer stack isn't done yet, but and I don't know when we're scheduling those guys to come in. We've kind of got to wait until the current work gets a little bit closer to done before we have the plumbers come back out. But I think that's my main updates for now. I feel like the length of time that this is taking now, yeah, it's upsetting, but it's like, I'm kind of just like, kind of over it. It's like, I'm so upset. I can't let myself get too upset over things that I can't control. So. One more thing real quickly. I feel like I rewatched that before I decide if I'm happy with it or not this time, but I feel like I'm ragging on the construction guy a lot. I don't totally mean to do that. The biggest thing that we're unhappy with is the lack of communication. And it's like, even like I had said that, is he just waiting on the insulation? There's plenty of stuff he could have been doing this last week. I know that he's got to have, I'm not his only customer. And I'm not saying that that's what I think or whatever. I'm just, tell me, please. It's like, I'm here, you have my number, you can text me. I gave him my dad's cell phone number because my dad is retired. He can talk to him about stuff. It's just, talk to us. That is the main thing that could have prevented a lot of this headache. But that's all I have for now. So thank you. Next time.